But at the Combine, Nick Caserio is practically begging for a Nico Collins question, if we remember, when they were talking about managing the cap and maybe we shove some money into next year and so forth. I think they've been appropriately aggressive in free agency. I do wonder if they were working on a deal with Nico, if this Jerry Jeudy contract all of a sudden throws a fly in the ointment. Because I don't think Jerry Judy's not been good for the Broncos. Yeah. Jerry Jeudy is still very much living off of, I think, the Alabama pedigree, the being drafted 15th overall, and probably has some excuses, I would imagine, about quarterback play since he's become a Bronco. He's had Russell Wilson there for 2 years, and before Russell Wilson, he had whoever they were starting in 2021 or 2020. So they've had bad quarterback play. So if Jerry Jeudy were to sit there and sell a team on why you should pay me, he could probably put together a good sales pitch. His agent clearly did, because he got a 3-year, $58 million deal from the Browns. If Jerry Jeudy got nearly $20 million a year over 3 years, what should Nico Collins be asking for?
Oh, okay. So, I mean, at least that, obviously.
At least, okay, thank you. That's
what I would have expected. If you look at the average per year or the base salaries of those guys, like $20 million is about where everything settles in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think like that's probably good for Nico Collins. I don't think the Texans. I don't know the one thing about the Browns contracts, I would say that is that they don't seem to apply to the rest of the league, just like with the Deshaun Watson contract.
That's true.
Without me understanding exactly how they do it, I just know that smart cap people say that, the Browns actually can make this work with Deshaun Watson, the way they've structured their other veterans' salaries and everything. So as far as I can tell, the Browns are almost like the Saints in that they operate by a different guidebook, but it's not necessarily one that will get you where you need to go.
Okay. I always took, when it came to Deshaun's contract, that's the Browns argument, not as some sort of machinations they use to get under the cap. I took it as the Browns are stupid. That's the Browns, and we're everybody else.
On a per year basis, Jerry Jeudy's contract $19.3 million per year.
Okay.
So it's not like he broke. Like, I don't think this will actually affect Nico Collins, and that Nico's going to be working off of a framework somewhere in the top 10. If he has another year like he had last year, he'll be pushing for that. So it's above and beyond what Judy's going to make.
Yeah, and I guess and again, these are just people speculating that are either cap experts or want to be cap experts. Whenever Nico comes up for an extension, they seem to be plunking him down more in that 18 to 20 million range, whereas certainly his season last year, and that may be ultimately what the holdup is the Texans want to see one more season like that out of Nico before they pay him, as opposed to paying him off of one season. But I've seen more people plunking Nico closer to that Jeudy number than closer to the the low 22 or 23 somewhere. I think Nico Collins is a better football player than Jerry Jeudy. I hope he gets more than that. I do wonder if they get that done this offseason or if they're waiting to see what the draft looks like. What the rest of free agency looks like at wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't. The fact that Nick was kind of openly canvassing for that question that he never got, I don't know if that's. I don't know why he would do that, other than perhaps just to maybe sow some goodwill the players' way. That maybe they're not. To me, it would almost indicate that they weren't necessarily planning on doing it right now, but they want Nico very publicly to know that we are thinking about him, and that's the carrot on the stick for this year.
That's a good theory. That's a really good theory.